TEMU, everybody shop at TEMU. A few weeks ago we placed an order on the TEMU website for 6 pairs of some of the cheapest TWS earphones costing below £5. And well, 10 days later, they have been delivered, and we have indeed had enough time to thoroughly test and review them all. But if you would like to watch each detailed independent review and unboxing, well, each video should be available on our channel soon. But before you continue with this video, quickly support us just now by subscribing. So here they are, all 6 pairs of earbuds. And starting with our lowest rated earphones today, we have the West M19 Bluetooth 5.3 earphones. These ones are the most expensive out of all of the 6, costing £6.67 just now, but we actually got a good deal from TEMU where we actually got them for only 69p. Yeah, cheap as chips. But right away it's really noticeable we've got an extra large charge case. It has a full digital display with that same slogan that we've seen before saying be loud, be proud. And yep, we've seen that on that trending M10 earbud review video. As well as that, we've got that centralised remaining charge case battery percentage level, and the left and right earphone charge indicators, indicating the actual earphone levels, and that display can be viewed through that semi-tinted click to close lid. The case itself, it is charged via the Type-C charge cable that is supplied. It would take around about 3 hours 3 minutes to fully charge it from flat, with 3 full additional recharges of your earphones while you're on the go. This case, by the way, it does have a handy torch function to the right side. W!
Top to bottom, up and around.
If we switch to the left, there is a lanyard hook. There's also a Type A out port, and that's because this charge case acts as a power bank too. But you know what? If you think that, you're gonna be deceived, because we did indeed plug our mobile phone into this power bank / charge case, and instead of charging our phone, it didn't even go up a percent. In fact, that charge case rapidly dropped without having any type of effect on our mobile phone battery. No. Now from the outlook, the M19 earphones, they do look exceptionally nice. They have a lovely gloss shell, average size stems, soft illuminated breathing pairing lights, and when it comes to the comfort, you know what, it's not too bad too. They're nice and secure, comfortable to use for 3 hours plus. You do in fact get some spare ear tips too, a normal Type-C charge cable, and a simplistic user manual. I'd say that the box that the earphones come in is quite basic, but if we quickly jump to the audio, because there's no passive noise isolation or any ANC modes with these earphones, there is quite a bit of sound leakage when the earphones are placed within our ears. Now this is not an excuse for the total lack of bass. It's very flat with most genres of music, with the treble not sounding very impactful, not powerful enough, with the main vocalist in some sound ballads sounding way too laid back. And that is the same when it comes to the mid-tones. The mids are too laid back, not upfront enough. And I would say that the instruments with any type of song, they're more clear than the singer's voice clarity. So nope, no power, not great audio, and the audio does slightly deviate to the left-hand driver unit too. The touch controls, these particular earphones actually do almost have my preferred function set up, all except for the track selections and the volume functions. Well, they are indeed reversed. And what I mean by this is, usually, for the track selections, you tap twice on the right ear to skip forward a track, but with these earphones today, well, if you tap twice on that right earphone, it actually goes back a track, and that's the same with the volume too. So if you tap the earphone 3 times on the right side, the volume seems to go down rather than go up. Yeah, a bit of mixed matched. So yes, you got 1 press on either earphone for play, pause, call, answering, 2 presses on the right earphone for the previous track selection, 2 presses on the left earphone for the next track selection, 3 taps on the right for the volume down, 3 taps on the left for the volume up, and a 2-second hold for the voice assist. Tell me a fact of the day.
Did you know that the Dead Sea, a landlocked lake situated between Jordan and Israel, has about 9 times more salt than the world's oceans? Because of this, the Dead Sea has a natural buoyancy, making it impossible for humans to sink in it.
So yes, the touch controls, they're not too sensitive. They actually are okay when adjusting the earphones in your ears, so they shouldn't really trigger any of the touch controls off. But when it comes to the mic quality, well, this was the worst feature of the bunch.
What can I say about these earphones? Not that you're going to be wanting to do a lot of video recording with these earphones, but the microphones on these actual earbuds are really rubbish. As you can tell, my voice clarity is rubbish. It's real muddy, very muffled. But with that, there's a real bad issue when it comes to the interference. Just listen, crap. And that's the same when making any type of voice calls too. These, the microphones on them, they're just the worst.
Usage time? We got only 1 hour 33 minutes using 100% volume consistently. Now we did give it a boost and we managed to recharge them within 55 minutes, which isn't too bad. So in whole, with 3 additional recharges with that charge case, well, the max usage time for these earphones while on the go is only 4 hours 39 minutes, which is not that great to be honest. I mean, there's some earphones that we've got here today which can almost handle that time on their own without a single charge. I will however note though that there was a stable connection. We did get up to 55 feet before the connection cut off, but when it comes to rating these M19 earphones, we simply gave them a 5 out of 10 for the design. The earphones are not too bad looking, the touch controls I would say are okay too. Not too oversensitive, but as mentioned, some of those touch controls are reversible and easy to forget. Now the audio quality, well, we're not going to mess around. We're going to give them a 2 out of 10. Not great audio, not enough energy. But when it comes to mic quality, well, you know what, it's even worse. We're going to give it a 1 out of 10. It's simply just poor. There's a lot of interference and your voice pickup is actually really muffled. The usage time, again, we're going to give it a 2 out of 10. Not good for long work shifts. With our overall score for the M19 earphones coming in with the lowest rating out of the 6 of just 2 out of 10. In 5th place from this TEMU haul, we do have the X15 Bluetooth 5.3 earbuds. Now these are the only earphones that don't come with a box, but rather come in a bubble wrapped pocket bag. Ooh, it's posh. Obviously a messing. Now the charge case, it certainly tries to look a bit different, but it does come across as a bit, how should I put it, corner shop-ish? Yeah, it's a bit bulky when it's in your pocket, but it does have some nice cool illuminating glowing LED lights, sort of like snake eyes on the front of the case, that do activate when the case is being charged. Now it took us around about 1 hour 7 minutes to fully charge it from flat, which is quite good. That is using that Type-C charge cable that is supplied, and that case will give the earphones an extra 2 full recharges while on the go, taking just 44 minutes to charge the X15 earbuds themselves. The lid of the case, this is a magnetically sealed lid. It has that internal remaining charge case percentage level displayed, but to be honest, the X15 earphones, well, they have a bit of a struggle to take them out of those embedded charge sockets, that is, if you've not got a bit of a nail. Regarding the earphones, well, they do have that fin-like design, they have super glossy accents, giving the X15s a neutral look. I must admit, they're not too much in your face, and those pairing lights, well, they do go off when they are indeed paired to your device. Comfort-wise, the X15 earbuds, they do have that inner AirPod style design, which actually reach further within your ear canals, but because they do, those intrusive stems constantly press against your earlobes, causing me to need a break in just 1 hour using them. And this feeling is in combination to audio quality too, as the X15 sound quality, well, they were almost as flat as the West M19s. The volume with the X15s though, they are a little higher at max volume, but they completely lack bass. No bass at all. The treble, again, not powerful enough, quite weak and flat, with main vocalists within songs sounding too far back, very muddy, and that was the same when it comes to the mid-levels. Mic quality? Nope, it doesn't get better. It's bloody awful.
Right, when it comes to the X15s, they do sound a bit better than the previous M19s. I would say that there's around about 300 milliseconds of latency when it comes to these earphones. Quite bad to be honest. And the voice pickup, as you may have noticed, is quite muddy, still muffled. Again, slightly better than the M19s, but we did notice when we put the TV on in the background before, we've had to turn it off because it did interfere somewhat, and it actually made our voice sound like Little Wayne. Here's a quick example. Okay, quite muffled. As you can tell, the noise in the background is also picked up, not really getting any type of DNC technology with any of these earphones. So yeah, not very good microphones, and to be honest, just quite rubbish.
Touch controls are, well, I wouldn't say that they're the worst. They do mirror the new West M19s, so you got one press for play, pause, call answering, two presses on the right earphone for the previous track selections, two presses on the left earphone for the next track selections, and again that's the same with the volume, so you've got three presses on the right side for the volume down and three presses on the left side for the volume up. It's just mixed matched, and yeah, you've got a voice assist option too with a 2-second press. Tell me a technology joke.
Why was the maths teacher such a good dancer? She had algorithm.
Now again, they're not too oversensitive when adjusting the earphones in your ears, so they won't trigger when just slightly adjusting them. But when it comes to the usage time, we got 2 hours 5 minutes using 100% volume, and again we boosted them within 44 minutes using that supplied charge case. So when it comes to quickly rating them, for design, they're not my cup of tea. They look a bit toyish, so I gave them a 4 out of 10. Functionality, the touch controls are mixed up, again the same as the M19s, we gave them another 4 out of 10. The audio clarity, simply a 2 out of 10, flat, that's all I've got to say. And when it came to the mic quality, we gave it a 2 out of 10. The usage time, a 3 out of 10, I would say below average usage time, with our overall score for the X15s coming in at a 3 out of 10. And if you want to try and pick some of these up for yourself, the X15s, well, they do retail at £4.50 on the TEMU website, but we did manage to get them for £2.67. In the fourth spot, we've got the Senbowe M28s. Now these, they retail at £5.62, it's a little over that £5 mark, but again, we got these for £2.50. And I've got to say, with the charge case, what in the world of built-up shoe is this? This is massive. The case is huge. It does look completely out of place when it's in your pocket, and it comes with a warped mirror to the top of the lid for you ladies to check your makeup, although you're going to look totally weird in it. It actually is transparent though, so yes, you can view that internal digital display. It has that same slogan that we've seen on the new West M19 charge case, be loud, be proud, with a centralised remaining charge case battery percentage level and the left and right earphone indicators that don't really show the earphone charging levels though. Just like the X15s, we do get these illuminating snake eyes to the front that again do light up when the charge case is being charged via the Type-C charge cable that is supplied. It takes just 1 hour 26 minutes to fully charge it, and it will supply 4 full recharges of the M28 earphones while on the go. So yes, we've got a Type-C charge port to the left hand side of the case, and yep, we've also got a Type-A port. Once again though, the charge case, it rapidly decreases and you hardly get any type of percentage when you plug your phone into this particular charge case. So yeah, advertising as a power bank, if it's there as a function to boost your phone on the go, it doesn't really do a good job about doing it, it's rubbish. And you know what, I knew this because the charge case, it's severely light. Now looking at the earphones, they do actually come with medium-sized ear tips already fitted. Nope, we've got no extra ones included, that's tight. But we do get a Type-C charge cable, a very crappy instruction manual. But as you can see here, on the earphones themselves, we've got those same snake eyes that we've seen on those previously reviewed GT1s. Now those earphones were actually spectacular compared to these. These ones today, the M28s, have an open back design, but when it comes to the fitment, I would say they're not too bad. Over the past week, I have experienced just a few drops while moving around rapidly at work, but I would say though that they are comfortable for up to 3 hours use. Nope, they don't have passive noise isolation, no ANC, and yes, they do have those long stems, but I must admit they're not too intrusive. But audio, well, it's just below average, I would say. The bass is a little low, very mild, not very impactful, and again the treble is not very strong, with no real oomph. The mids, however, are quite spot on. So for example, when playing some strong ballads, the main vocalist is nice and upfront, but there is noticeably some sibilance and deviation of the audio to that left-hand driver unit. But if we quickly look at the touch controls, these are absolutely spot on, guys. They have all of our preferred touch controls set up. So we have one press for play, pause, call, answering, two presses on the right earphone for the next track, two presses on the left earphone for the previous track selections. We've got the volume up in the correct places, so we've got 3 taps on the right earphone for the volume up, 3 taps on the left earphone for the volume down, and we've got a quick 2-second hold for the voice assist option.
What do you call a muddy chicken that crosses the road twice? A dirty double crosser.
But I would say that they are, however, oversensitive. So when you do adjust them, when they're in your ears, they will trigger certain touch controls, such as the voice assist option. That does become quite annoying, especially if you're working with these earphones in. Now the usage time, we got 3 hours, 12 minutes use. The charge case boosted those earphones though within 48 minutes. That's quite fast, I must admit. It's actually the fastest out of the 6 earphones we've tested. But if we rate these earphones real quickly, again, with design, I'm not overjoyous about the look. I just think that the earphones and case do have quite a bulky design, and I gave them a 3 out of 10 for design. Functionality, almost perfect. Those controls are spot on, they're just a bit oversensitive, so we gave them a 7 out of 10. The audio, not great, but not bad. We gave them a 5 out of 10. The mic quality, oh god, I mean, this was almost the worst.
Why am I not surprised? The microphones, once again, not very good. My voice sounds muffled, as you can tell on this video. That's the same when making any type of voice calls. My voice from the opposite end of a call sounds very tinny. And with this video, you might be able to see that there is a sync issue. So there's about 300 milliseconds of latency. So the microphones with these earphones, not very good.
We gave them 2 out of 10. With the usage time coming in at 7 out of 10, and that's because with that charge case, it did supply us with 12 hours plus of music listening while on the go, again with that charge case. With our overall score for the Senbowe M28 earphones coming in with a reasonable 8 out of 10. In third place, we've got these tiny T1 Bluetooth 5.1, well, hang on a minute, what are they? Because on the TEMU website, they are advertised as being Bluetooth 5.1 earphones, yet on the box, they're Bluetooth 5.4. I mean, I must admit, with all these earphones that we've got today, I am a bit skeptical about the Bluetooth chips that are in them. But nevertheless, unlike the rest of the selection of earphones that we've got here today, the T1 charge case doesn't come with a charge display, I'm afraid, but rather a semi-smoked out, transparent click to close lid where you can view the charging indication lights on the side of the earphones themselves through that lid. Now we do get a real cool green illuminating light around the lip of the case, which I must admit is a little energy consuming as it lights up consistently when the earphones are indeed charging. And now and again, after a few charges, we did notice that that light stayed on a few times. Now that case, it does take 1 hour 21 minutes to fully charge it from flat, but the thing that really sucks about this charge case is that it is charged via a dated micro USB charge cable. In fact, when that case is actually in your hand, guys, it doesn't really feel like there's a battery inside it. It's so light, it's like paper. But because we've tested it, it does, however, provide you with 2 full additional recharges of the T1 earphones while on the go. Regarding the earphones design, it's okay I suppose, nothing really stands out. They are very neutral looking, they have a somewhat AirPod design to them, and I'd say that the fitments, well, they do fit rather good. They never once fell out, and I did comfortably use them for up to 2 hours. But I must say, because the plastic is a little bit on the cheap side, and to the naked eye you can't really see it, but if we zoom in just here, there is a little slight groove, and on this groove there's a little sharp edge. And when the earphones were in our ears, they did become a bit intrusive and irritable after a while. Sound seal, obviously you're gonna get none. Again, no ANC mode, and by the way, no waterproofing with any of these earphones today. There's none. But we do indeed have standardized microphones. Here's a test.
It's a strange one, guys. When it comes to the T1 earphones, we've made a few voice calls today, and we've made a few videos. After watching some of the video playback, there's not much type of latency issues. There maybe is a slight delay when it comes to video recording, but my voice pickup is actually pretty much clear, which is the shocker. I'm not going to say it's real crisp and clear, There's a slight bit of muffling now and again, and when it comes to the voice calls, there is ever so slightly a delay from the opposite end of the call. But as you can tell with this video recording, the microphone pickup is not really too bad.
Audio-wise, while blasting out some rap classics, the bass sounded quite mild. It's not too bad, to be honest, and it does get better if you do apply some pressure to the sides of the earphones while they're in your ears. But again, obviously you're not going to be wanting to walk around constantly pushing them in with your hands. I mean, that just looks silly. The treble, again, is average sounding, not powerful enough for my liking, and the mid-levels are just about okay, with main vocalists within songs sounding quite up front. And you know what, there's no sibilance, they're pretty good with nice strong ballads, and there's no deviation with the audio too. I would say though, in whole, they are still lacking a real big kick, and the best way to describe this is, while using these T1 earphones, we did listen to the Robbie Williams track Angels, and because that song does build up, you do feel constantly like you're waiting for the energy in the song to kick in, but before you know it, the song's actually over. So with any song, these earphones and the audio quality, they just fail to make you feel energized. Touch controls? These are the worst possible touch controls you can have with earphones. So you've got one press on either earphone for play, pause, call, answering, two presses on the left earphone for the volume up, two presses on the right earphone for the volume down. What is it doing? Fucking hell, it tried to call someone. I don't know what this is doing. Can't be bothered with them. Freaking tried to call me bloody son, man. What's going on with these things? Rubbish touch controls, the worst of the lot. Now the usage time, we did get a handsome 3 hours 51 minutes, but you have to remember, because these T1 earphones have no heavy bass, of course they're going to have quite a long battery life, and that battery percentage will be prolonged somewhat. Now to quickly rate the T1s, design, I wouldn't say they're too bad. Don't look embarrassing when the earphones are in your ears, so we're going to give them a 5 out of 10. Functionality, terrible bunch of touch controls. I mean, you can adjust the earphones when they're in your ears, they're not too oversensitive, but I don't really care about that. I'm going to give them a 2 out of 10. The audio, I must admit, not bad backup earphones. I suppose they're good to throw in a locker while you're at work. We're going to give them a 5 out of 10 for the audio quality. The mic quality, it's just about okay. It's certainly not spot on though with the latency. We're going to give the mic quality a 4 out of 10. Usage time with the charge case in hand, they're good for a single full work shift. The case is nice and compact when it's in your pocket, so we're going to give it a 6 out of 10. With our overall rating for these T1 earphones standing at a 4 out of 10. In second place, we're almost there. We jump to the WOSD UltraPods Max, or whatever they're bloody called elsewhere. They retail as low as £3.77. We got them for £2.69. Again, we get a simple box, simplistic packaging like most of them, but I'd say that the charge case in this blue colour tone looks a lot smaller than the images depicted on the TEMU website. They do have a few other colour choices to choose from, but if you look close at the earphones, they do contour to the shape of the charge case, with both of them situated to the top left and right corners. The earphones are strongly magnetically pulled in, and as you can see, we get a super bright digital display to the front of the charge case, the remaining charge case battery percentage level, and the left and right earphone indicators, and once again, nope, it doesn't indicate the earphone battery levels, so don't be misconstrued, alright? Now the case is certainly light, it's compact as hell, and it only takes 1 hour 3 minutes to fully charge it from flat, allowing you to charge the earphones in around about 1 hour 4 minutes, with just over 2 full additional recharges while you're on the go of the earphones. Now I have indeed dropped this case once or twice, but lucky for us that transparent casing hasn't cracked one bit, no. I can imagine though that over time, this won't be the same situation. Now these UltraPods do have Bluetooth 5.3 chips built in, or so we are led to believe. The earphones themselves though, even though they look quite ergonomic, they in fact don't really contour to the inner side of your ears, no. And you do indeed have to position them well in order for them not to fall out, and they are quite suitable for 2 hour plus use. Sound seal, again, there really isn't any, no ANC, and I don't know if it's down to the transparent coating on the outer shell of the earphones, but we did notice that a lot of the audio was being released when music is indeed playing. So yeah, everyone can hear the music you're playing within your vicinity. And partly this is because the audio is also loud too. Max volume will simply silence the outside world when blasting out songs, and with these UltraPods, unlike the rest of them, you do feel more energy. Bass, I wouldn't say it's tremendous, it's just above slightly average, but the treble is nice and high, real clear, and when it comes to the mid levels, I would say that they're slightly overpowering though. So when you're listening to classic ballads like Mariah Carey, you do really feel the energy in her voice, but what you do also feel is the unbalance of the sibilants at max volume. Now this is not so apparent when the volume is dropped to around about 90 to 80%, and while using these earphones we didn't have any type of disconnection issues whatsoever, reaching up to 50 feet before that transmission was terminated. But regarding the touch functionalities, well again they do have our preferred setup, but once again the track selections from the right ear and the volume selections on the right ear are the opposite way. So again, you're pressing twice on the right earphone to skip back a track rather than pressing the right earphone to skip forward a track, and so forth. So you got one press for play, pause, call, answering, two presses on the right earphone for the previous track selection, two presses on the left earphone for the next track selection, three presses on the right earphone for the volume down, three presses on the left earphone for the volume up, and you got a 2-second hold on either earphone for the voice assist option. What's the weather like in Dubai today?
In Dubai, United Arab Emirates, it's 37 degrees Celsius with clear skies and sun.
Whew, that's hot. Mic quality, well, this is probably the best.
So, okay. So when it comes to these earphones and the mic quality, well, as you can tell on this video recording just now, my voice pickup is nice, crisp and clear. It doesn't seem to be much at all any type of latency issues. And yeah, my voice sounds very upfront, and that's exactly the same when it comes to voice calls too. All around, very good microphones, and probably the best microphones on these sets of earphones that we're testing this week.
Usage time, we got 2 hours 40 minutes. So with 2 additional recharges using that charge case, the earphones should be good to use for at least half of your work shift. But we're once again going to quickly rate these. For design, they are nice, they have a joyful look, they have a difference but a bit teenish. So for design, we're going to give them a 6 out of 10. Functionality, a 5 out of 10. Audio, nice, loud, energizing, just a tad bit overpowering, 7 out of 10. Microphone quality, again we're going to give it another 7 out of 10. For the fact that they've got as good mics as they are for that price range, it's real good to see. The usage time we're going to give 5 out of 10, with our overall score for these WOSD UltraPods Max coming in with our final score of 6 out of 10. At number 1 out of all these earphones, we have these tiny Pro 90 Bluetooth 5.3 TWS earbuds. They retail at a flat out £4.48, so yes, just below that £5 mark, and I must admit the case is certainly unique looking in this orange and black colour tone. Again, to charge the case, we do have a supply Type-C charge cable provided, and it will charge within 1 hour 30 minutes, with 2.5 full recharges of the earphones well on the go. We get a simple digital remaining charge case battery percentage level, but if we open up that click to open lid, that opens up to reveal the open-sided designed case. We have those Pro 90 earbuds attached snugly in place with those embedded charge sockets. Yes, they are magnetically pulled into those sockets, and it should take 58 minutes to fully charge the earbuds from flat. Regarding the earphones, if you look at the previous T1s, they almost have the same identical design, but what I would say with these Pro 90s, as good as the fitments are within our ears, the audio is indeed really different in comparison to the T1s. Now, first things first, you have to adjust these earphones correctly within your ears. Once they are positioned, I must admit the audio clarity is really quite impressive. That is for very low budget TWS earphones. The bass is real nice. Okay, it's not overpowering, not super impactful, but nice, silky smooth, and good nonetheless with most genres of music. Now I would say that possibly the treble could have a bit more power, but I would say that all the levels are pretty well set up, with sound ballads sounding nice and crisp, up front, and even the hip hop sounds do sound adequate too. And that's because the Pro 90s have a good mid-range. We didn't experience no sibilance issues whatsoever, and for all round real clear clarity, When it comes to all genres of music, the Pro 90s are probably my number one choice for overall sound clarity. Now again, there's no isolation with these earphones, there's no ANC mode or anything like that. I would say that the volume level is not super loud, but just okay. But when it comes to mic quality, well, the microphones were not as bad as what I thought.
Alright, so the Pro 90s, when it comes to using the microphones for any type of voice calls or making any type of video recordings that we're doing just now, the microphone quality is not too bad. Now and again, there's a bit of muffling, but the voice overall does sound pretty much clear. But these earphones, they sit just in second place when it comes to the microphone clarity, just below those previously reviewed earphones, the UltraPods. When it comes to those voice calls, by the way, there's no transmission issues whatsoever, so there's no disconnections and there's not much of a delay. As you can tell with this video, the latency is alright too. Maybe to the trained eye, there's a slight bit of a latency issue. But other than that, for the price of these earphones, the microphones are quite impressive, to be honest.
Touch controls, they slightly are mixed up again. Again, you got one press for play, pause, call, answering, 2 presses on the right earphone for the volume down, 2 presses on the left earphone for the volume up, and you got a 1 second hold on the right earphone for the previous track selection, and a 1 second hold on the left earphone for the next track selection. Usage time, you should receive from 3 hours 45 to 4 hours 2 minutes. We have tested this a number of times, and that is while using 100% volume. They're not too over the top, they're not too much in your face, they're not embarrassing to wear, they're actually nice and subtle, very compact. We're going to give them a 7 out of 10 for design. Functionality is a real letdown, we're going to give them a 2 out of 10. Audio, perfect for all different occasions and all different types of genres of music, including ASMR by the way. So we're going to give the Pro 90s for audio an 8 out of 10. The mic quality again, it's good. Not as good as the UltraPods though, but almost there. We're going to give them a 6 out of 10. The usage time is fantastic by the way. You will easily get through a full work shift with that charge case in hand. We are going to give it an 8 out of 10 for usage time, with our overall score for these Pro 90 earphones coming in with a reasonable 7 out of 10. Now these ratings that I've gave today, they are basing all of these earphones within the lowest possible priced TWS earphone category. For proper quality TWS earphones, you're looking from between £20 to £100, maybe much more over that sometimes. But if, say, you're careless, or you've got careless kids that don't value things, or if you're after some simple earphones for work, just for backup earphones, well, I can certainly recommend these Pro 90s, the WOSD UltraPods, or as an honourable mention, these previously reviewed earphones I'm showing on screen just now. We have reviewed them not long ago, and you know what? They actually only cost us £1.50. Yes, off the same TEMU website. This is an honourable mention, and in fact what I'm going to do, I'm going to list all these earphones in the video description down below. You can check each one of them out on the TEMU website, and if you've liked what you've seen today, why not go get yours? Now bear in mind, all of these earphones today, none of them are waterproof, and none of them have wireless charging capabilities, and with some of them having those super bright glowing lights, trust me guys, they will disturb another person in your bedroom at night if the lights are off. So bear that in mind when you're charging your earphones. So yeah, these are the lowest price earphones that we've managed to find across the entirety of the internet. But if you managed to buy these earphones before seeing this review, let us know what you thought about them within the video description down below. Let us know if you've purchased any and what you think. For us, we like the Pro 9s, we do like the UltraPods, even though the blue colour looks a bit girly. But again, if you want to check out some of our reviews and stay tuned for our future uploads and you like our content, well, get liking this video just now, sharing it wherever possible. All of the support is very much appreciated. Subscribe to our channel, we're almost past that 20k mark. Bearing in mind to hit that bell notification option so you guys stay updated on our brand new uploads. It's been fantastic doing a different review like this week, well, this month I would say, because it took us quite a while reviewing all these earphones. But if you want to check out one of our old review videos, well, check these other videos showing on screen just now. Here's one. Oh, what about this one here? This one's more interesting, I think. No? Oh, okay then. Well, I hope to see you guys on our very next upload. Peace!